After a wind farm accident, the biggest mistakes that I've seen my clients make are kind of revolve around three different things. The first one is not reporting the accident. Many times, my clients, they're good people. They're good, hardworking people, and they do not know what they did, and they don't want to admit that they did something wrong, or they don't want to admit that they got hurt, or they don't want to admit that something happened to them on the job. Many times, this is because they don't want to be the focus of attention when it comes to safety stand downs, when it comes to safety bulletins. They don't want their accident being talked about in the next safety meeting. And so my clients, a lot of times, they will not report their accident until they realize that they have to. It may be a week, it may be a month, and their injury that they sustained in this accident isn't healing. And now they realize, hey, I've been hurt. I'm not going to get better, and I'm going to need to do something because I've got to be able to take care of my family. I've got to be able to continue to do my work. So not reporting the accident is a big mistake. If after an incident or after an accident, make sure you report it to the site supervisor, the facility manager, the safety manager, someone. The second thing I see is employees just sucking it up. And what that means is they are saying, hey, I hurt my knee, but I'm a big boy and I'm not going to do anything. And they may report it, but they'll say, hey, I don't need to go to medical. I don't need to go to the doctor. I don't need to do anything. And they deal with this injury for a month. They deal with this injury for 2 months. They deal with this injury for 3 months. And then finally they realize, hey, my knee's not getting better. My back's not getting better. My shoulder's not getting better. And then they say, hey, I need to go to the doctor. But by that time, the employer, the workers' comp, whomever it is, the insurance company, they're going to say, hey, wait a minute, you were injured on this day. You waited 3 months to get treatment. How do we know you didn't get injured, a week ago? And it had nothing to do with the injury this incident that you sustained on our wind farm. That becomes a battle. And it's all because the client, the person, the injured party, whomever it is, they're just good people. They're not litigious. They don't know that they need to build a record. They don't know that they need to get the records, the medical records. They need to document their injury. They're just trying to do their job, go on about their life. They don't want to be hurt. They just want to continue moving on with life. They don't want to admit that they actually were hurt, or they just don't want to admit that they want to be tough. They want to, be the tough guy. They don't want to cause they're good people. They don't want to cause any rifts at the site. They don't want anyone to get in trouble. And that's a big mistake. If you're injured, you need to report it. You need to make sure you get the medical treatment that you deserve and that you need. The third thing that my clients do a lot of times is they don't reach out to an attorney, or they don't reach out to someone, specifically an attorney, to talk about what their rights are soon enough. And they try to take it on their own, especially in some serious accidents. If you've been injured catastrophically, if you have a very serious accident that's going to require a lot of hospitalization, going to require a lot of medical care, a lot of times the companies are going to come to you. They're going to tell you, hey, we're going to take care of you. You don't need to contact anyone. And that's a way for them to try to keep you from doing the right thing, from protecting your interests. And they're going to start saying, like, hey, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And at some point in the future, they quit living up to those promises. And then my client is at a rush to try to find an attorney. And as part of that, I then have to take the case, and then I have to try to get the evidence. And if it's been a year, many times that evidence is gone. SCADA systems have overwritten fault codes. Turbines have been put back into service. The defect or whatever hurt my client, the tool that broke and hurt my client, has been disposed of. Whatever it is, it's gone. And I no longer have the evidence that I need to prove their case. And it makes it much more difficult for me to get the result that they need to take care of themselves in the future. So the three biggest mistakes I see wind technicians making after a wind turbine accident is not reporting it to their supervisor, not reporting it to the safety manager, not reporting it at all, not getting medical treatment because they don't want to admit that they were hurt. They just want to try to get better on their own, and they need that medical treatment to document it. And then trusting their employer and not seeking a legal representation, not seeking a consultation, not talking with anyone about what their rights are.